Hello, everyone. I am so excited to be giving you guys a tutorial on the Drive Mockups tool. This is one of the newest tools I have added to Design Studio, and I am so excited for this because as someone who has a very big Drive file, so I have over, probably 3,500 files at this point in my 2026 Google Drive for my design drive, then making bulk mockups to where you have all of the files on the page very quickly is a process. It's either setting everything up with actions and smart objects in Photoshop and then running actions that way. There are so many different things, but then I'm in different tools for everything, and I really just don't want to have the headache of that. So I have created the Drive mockups out of the tool section here in the dashboard. And once you do that, you can do zip files or you can do loose PNGs. It doesn't matter. So I made in a previous video the Valentine's ones. I'm going to show you what it looks like with regular PNG designs and an actually finished product. So I know a lot of you guys maybe have a lot of different design variations. So you want to show the design variations and then you also want to show them on a t-shirt mock-up. So this is a great way if you're doing that in bulk to where you're able to do it. So I'm going to go ahead and pull all of these in. Now this is pulling in about 78 files. So it takes about a second per file from what I've realized, just kind of normal processing speeds there. Now, everybody's may not do it that fast. It really depends on your internet speed and your processor and everything. But once these are loaded in, this shows you guys the do not copy mockup files that I did in a previous video. Now you can change your different landscapes here for your different sizes. If you want it here, you can do landscape. If you want it a square, you can make it a square. So whatever you guys are needing it for. But I'm going to keep the background white for now, but you can do it transparent if needed. You can adjust how big the size of the file is. So if you want to do, and this is what I'm going to be doing for my drive guide is it'll actually be a very small page with everything on it, just so they can see all of the different PNGs in each folder, right? Because if I have 20 or 30 folders, it can get very cluttered if you're not able to do this. So I'm really excited to have this capability. But what you can do is you can adjust the item size. So if you want them much bigger, you can make them much bigger. You can adjust the margins at the top and the bottom and the gap as well on the products themselves if you want to do that. I'm going to bump that back in. Now, this one that I have loaded in right here already has mockups on it. If you wanted to do a further mockup, you could. You could put an image and everything on that. What I'm going to do is I'm actually going to show you guys. So this was 78 PNGs and it's 5 pages. So you can click through the pages here or you can go to the pages panel over here and it will show you all of your things. Now, I am going to go ahead and refresh this because I am not storing any information. So this is not stored on the back end. Therefore, anytime you hit refresh, it's going to start with a clean canvas. So I have a save project here. So if you're in a tool that you want to save your progress, you click save project, you save it out, it downloads as a KDS file, and then you load it back in and it will load it back into the same tool with all of your images and your zip folders and everything ready to go. Like you don't have to have them still on your computer. But I'm going to go ahead and do a zip file here of a PNG design bundle. And let me see. I'm actually just going to pull them in from my drive. So let me go to Google Drive. See. Because those mockups were the Valentine's mockups, I'll go ahead and pull in. Here it is. I'll go ahead and pull in the Valentine's Day folders here. So I can just drag and select over like that. Click open. It'll start adding the files in just like it does with the zip folder. It's going to take just a second. I'm not really sure how many files I selected, but I selected 26. It made it for 2 pages. Now, this one does not already have a mockup, so I am going to show you guys that. And I also want to show you that I would pretty much make the item size smaller the margin smaller, gap a little bit smaller so it just shrinks it in there because I really want that on one page just to show you guys what that would look like. Now, if you don't want it to look too cluttered, how I would do this is because I have everything in folders, I would actually do this one design as a mock-up and then these kind of designs as a mock-up so that I'm mocking up matching things, but you don't have to. So once I've already done that, now I did trim the transparent pieces so that they can fit closer together, but you don't have to if you don't want to. And I did center each row right here, so you don't have to do that as well. Now you can once again do a do not copy watermark on here. I'm gonna make it black so you can see it. And you can adjust the opacity here, sizing, all the things, spacing as well. Or if you don't want to do that, you can choose your image just like in the bulk mockup tool. I'm going to go in and choose my watermark that I have, and it tends to put it on repeat. I just put it fit to screen because that's where we want it. And it's not going to show as a separate layer because this is overlaid over the mockups. And then you can adjust your opacity. Same thing for sizing. You can make it bigger or smaller. Just be mindful if it's not seamless. And I wouldn't adjust the spacing for this one because it's not the same as a seamless or a text option here. But then you can go ahead and put, I'm gonna put Valentine's because this is gonna name the type of mockup, and then this is gonna be basically what folder it would be. So it is in finished PNGs. Now I can download the active page, which is just this one, or I can export a zip. Once again, you can also save this as a project. So I'm going to go ahead and export it. And then I'm going to save the project. And I'm just going to go, let's just do Drive Mockup, download. You don't really need a master mockup file for this one, but if you want to go ahead and preload in your watermarks and save that to where you're not having to do that every time, obviously, absolutely. Whatever is going to save you time, you do that. I'm going to pull that back in. I'm actually going to refresh that first before I pull it back in because it was not showing that. I wanted to start with a clean slate just to show you guys what it looks like when it loads back into the studio. And just remember, sometimes depending on how big of a file you have, this is going to take a minute. So if you have 1,000 PNGs, it's going to take more than 30 seconds to bring those in because it usually takes about a second an image just for processing and uploading. Just to be mindful of that so you guys know. And then once again, I have everything here. Everything's back where it was. I have all the things still loaded in, so the watermark is placed correctly. All of the information here is the same. So I'm super excited to get to use this because I definitely need to update my drive files, and I hope this helps, guys.